Hey YouTube, it's your girl Seven, back at it for a round two on this Jaclyn Hill stuff because I can't take this explanation. So we're gonna get into this, we're gonna talk to the FDA, we're gonna talk to a cosmetic manufacturer, and I'm gonna try and figure some of this stuff out. And I definitely have opinions. So let's get started.
Just want to put that out there and know my intentions and what's real, what's not, and give you the facts.
Facts? Facts? Facts, you say?
And basically what this is caused from is the humongous vats. It's almost like, I always want to use the word beaker, but it's not like a beaker or smaller. It's like these gigantic, huge vats that are in labs. It's like this gigantic thing that holds all of your lipstick and it like spins like this and mixes everything up. That vat is not breaking down all of my raw materials because we produce so many lipsticks so quickly.
That's really strange because in my 20 years of working with cosmetics, I've never seen a product on the market that has the ingredients that are not perfectly blended together. And it just doesn't make sense to me that a manufacturer, a lab, is using vats that aren't calibrated properly to mix your ingredients properly. So did you just choose a bad lab? Is this because they offered you the best price? Or is it that there was no problem with the vat? I have never had a product that I've opened brand new where the ingredients aren't mixed properly.
But they're not being broken down small enough and smoothly enough, which I take full responsibility for. We made a lot of product in a very short amount of time, and although we all thought that it was going to be perfect and fresh, that's not the case. We moved too quickly, and because of that, the ingredients are not broken down. I will say this, you're still going to get the same effect on your lips. They're still going to give you a nice creamy formulation. It's still going to look beautiful once it's applied.
Okay, what? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. A product doesn't mix properly, but when you put it on, it's gonna look perfect. You're selling. You're doing a sales pitch in the middle of damage control. I can't. You're trying to sell product in the middle of all this? Really? And you're actually using this technique of, well, I'm going to tell you the wonderful effects of the way that this product is going to be? Girl, you just said it wasn't even mixed properly. And now you're trying to sell the lipstick like it's just going to look great. I can't.
When I first heard the definition and the reason for these white fuzzies on some of these lipsticks, I 100% did not believe it.
Oh yeah, we didn't believe it either.
So when you think about 15, 20 people working on a line, all replacing their gloves every 30 minutes, 45 minutes, hour and a half, it's a lot of brand new, freshly white gloves coming in to that region that is spreading lint all over the product.
Okay, not buying this. This sounds so off. And the reason why it sounds so off is this. You are saying that there are so many people that are using these white fuzzy gloves and they're taking them off and they're putting them on every time they have to leave this sterile environment. And because there's so much activity going on that these gloves are shedding. Okay. If the gloves were shedding that badly, don't you think that somebody in the lab, like the supervisor or even a regular employee on the line, would see that there are white fibers flying in the air all over the surfaces on top of the equipment? They're not just sticking to only the lipsticks. If there were that many fibers, they'd be all over the place. So that doesn't sound right. So let's keep going with the theory. It's cotton. And the folks are taking the gloves out of the package and putting the gloves on. So when they take the gloves off or when they touch the outside of the gloves before they even put them on, guess what is attaching to the cotton? Skin cells and bacteria. So how are you going to tell me that these things or that this environment is sterile when people's skin cells are attaching to the cotton fibers, which you claim are flying all over the place?
It is not harmful for you. This is not in any way harmful. It's just little white cotton fuzzies that come from a very sterile environment. Still not okay. But I just want to let you guys know that if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. Like I've had several people contact me. They're like, oh, I don't care. I just wiped it off and used it.
Okay, this is the one that really gets me. Okay, if it's okay with you, it's pretty much okay with her. And that should never, ever be acceptable. Foreign objects in a cosmetic. Unacceptable. And this is just showing me the level of integrity and the level of ethics that's happening here, which is none. If you're okay with that, you haven't recalled it, you haven't tested it, and you're basically saying that it's pretty much okay because it's from a sterile environment, and you're making the argument that some people are okay with it. So, hey, maybe you'll be okay with it too. Oh my gosh, this is wrong on so many levels. Would you go into surgery in that kind of environment? Would you let somebody cut your body open if those things were flying all over the place? Do you really think that's sterile? Because that doesn't sound sterile to me at all.
But what people are experiencing is it's showing up in the mail and it's almost having like a little sweat mark, like a little like circular sweat mark or like little like sweat dots.
Yeah, sweat marks, round marks, sweat things. Never good. Don't ever want to see that when you open a lipstick. Just not right.
Good morning, cosmetics.
Good morning. I have a question for you about your labs.
So the gloves that they're using are latex-free.
Latex-free. That's good to know. Are they cotton by chance?
No, they're not.
No.
They cannot use cotton. We're a color cosmetic company, so they use the latex. I'm in purchasing. That's why I know the answer to your question.
Okay. Because it's a cosmetics company, you wouldn't use cotton gloves.
Well, the cotton gloves, we also have them, and we use them when they're online on production. Okay? I cannot be too technical to you because I know, but yeah, like depending on what they're doing, and I'll be more than happy to tell you usage-wise as to refer you to somebody in the lab. But I know they use the standard latex.
So they do, but you just said they do use cotton gloves at some point of the process.
That's for the line in production, but not in the lab.
Oh, so in the line in production, they will use cotton gloves. So I guess my question is, how do you keep the cotton from shedding into the cosmetics?
That is something I cannot answer you. Okay, I can tell you why they're using the cotton is so that they won't leave marks on the components. Like one in particular are the lipstick components that are shiny. Okay, they don't want to leave some marks on it.
I see. Oh, because of the outside of the package.
Exactly. Okay,
and
but then again, I'm like, okay, I'm giving you all this information, and that, I think I answered most of the questions that you want to be.
Yeah, and just one final question. Do you guys by chance manufacture Jaclyn Hill lipsticks? Jaclyn Cosmetics lipsticks?
Okay, I cannot answer that question, unfortunately, but as far as I know, no.
Okay, that was weird. I don't know. Anyway, okay, but confirmed, cotton gloves, even though it was kind of weird to get it out of her, but finally we did find out that yes, cotton gloves are used in the line, and like that photo I showed, you can see that those kind of cotton gloves, they are a tight-knit glove. Now, when you think about cotton and knits, they can go very, very, very tight-knit. They don't have to be furry and fuzzy. So, again, the cotton fuzzy thing, I'm not buying.
They're not contaminated. They're not unsafe for you in any way, shape, or form. Head and see that they are not contaminated.
Yes.
Hi,
You've reached FDA. Are you calling regarding a cosmetic, a dietary supplement, or some sort of food today?
I am calling in regards to cosmetic.
Are you calling about a finished product or an ingredient in a cosmetic?
I'm actually calling about the protocol in regards to cosmetic safety. Are they required to wear a certain type of glove?
Literally, it says persons coming into direct contact with cosmetic materials, finished products in bulk, or cosmetic contact surfaces to the extent necessary to prevent adulteration of cosmetic products wear appropriate outer garments, gloves, hair restraints, etc., and maintain adequate personal cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we specify in the good manufacturing practices for cosmetics. So we don't specify a particular type of glove, just, that you need to wear appropriate
right.
garments, gloves, hair restraints, etc.
Now, what about in regards to the practice of things being contaminated with, say, let's say, said white cotton hair? What is the protocol or standard on cosmetics not receiving outside foreign contaminants inside of them?
One moment.
Thank you.
What kind of product is this?
A lipstick?
Specifically? A lipstick?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is not going to make you happy.
Okay.
The compliance program manual indicates for domestic inspections, conduct routine surveillance inspections only at firms manufacturing or repacking eye area cosmetics, tattoo ink, skin care preparations and lotions, non-alcohol oral care products, and products intended for use by and on infants and children. These products present the greatest potential health hazard if they become contaminated with bacteria and fungi. So, in other words,
right. Lipstick
this type of product is not scheduled for routine surveillance inspections.
And a routine surveillance inspection, you mean like at the manufacturer or when the product is out on the market?
Both.
Okay.
You try contaminants.
Mm-hmm. So would a foreign object that would go into a cosmetic, would that be considered a contaminant?
I think this qualifies as a contaminant.
So hair from white gloves could be considered a contaminant because it's not supposed to be inside of the lipstick?
Right. Only thing I can offer for you is for you to call the FDA Consumer Complaint Coordinator and report for New York and report it.
Right.
I can't find anything else. Their number is 866 446 9055. It's going to have to get reported, and they'll have to go see if they'll go buy the product out in the marketplace and they'll check it and they'll deal with the manufacturer.
Right. And would that be something that would be recalled or?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But FDA doesn't have the authority to require a cosmetics recall.
Oh, interesting.
It would be voluntary on the part of the manufacturer.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time and your information. I really appreciate it. So there we have it from the FDA's mouth. According to them, any foreign object located inside of a cosmetic is considered to be a contaminant. And we've also learned that gloves themselves are mandatory, but what type of glove is not. And the thing is, it's really hard to trust a brand when this has happened, because as a professional person who's getting paid to put stuff on people, I can't chance it, and it makes me think about like Kevin Aquan's line or Scott Barnes' line or Pat McGrath. Never in a million years would this crap have come out. Even Wet n Wild, girl. Wet n Wild's lipsticks for like $1 or $2, whatever they are probably better than this. The other thing that I'm not getting in the explanation video is that you produced all these papers that didn't really corroborate what you were actually saying at that time in the video, and none of the papers really proved anything. If you want to prove something, then take those fibers, take a lipstick with the fibers in it to a lab and have those fibers examined and have the report of the fibers so that we know what exactly is in the lipsticks. But you haven't done that. So therefore, again, the trust issue is not really there because of that. And on a side note, it costs $350 to take something to a lab. I know because I just took something to a lab not too long ago, and they give you pictures, and they give you this big full report of everything that you're trying to test. $350. That's all it takes for you to take a lipstick to the lab and show us a report like this. How about you show us the actual gloves? You talk about these white fuzzy gloves. You've actually used the word fuzzy. Well, let's see the gloves. And why would a lab order fuzzy gloves? That doesn't make any sense when cotton can be tightly knit. My t-shirts don't shed fibers. I didn't in a million years think I'd be making this type of video, and it's not about bashing. It's because I am mortified that these kind of products are out on the market. I am mortified that I could potentially buy something that I could use on somebody else or myself, and that it could cause harm or that it's contaminated. And the excuses, just not buying any of this. I hope this is a huge lesson for anyone thinking about creating their own line, that your name is on it, and that you better make sure that everything is 100%. Because in general, I'm going to be very, very particular from now on about buying collab type of cosmetics in the industry. So there you have it. That's my PSA round 2 about these lipsticks and about this explanation that I'm not really buying. And I hope that you guys will take this stuff very seriously, because as consumers, we have purchasing power and we have a voice. And there's no reason that if you spend $18 on a lipstick that, let's be honest, probably cost $3 to make, you deserve a great product for that hard-earned money that you spent. And use your purchasing power wisely. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a great rest of your day. Mwah. Bye.